Alright, what up, though? What up? Welcome to From the Block, homeboy. This is the homeboy Kiko right here. Much appreciated for coming through. This is one of my older homeboys. And he's coming through real quick to drop some knowledge and, drop something on us. And we appreciate for coming through, homeboy. And, I'll let you do what you gotta do and say what you gotta say, homie. Appreciate it. Much respect, you know?
Órale. Yo soy Kiko from the ws.BIG.TOP.LOCOS. My generation is from the 80s. I got in around 1987. From right there, I just been from the hood, just kicking back, with the older homeboys when I was growing up, and just lived around the area. Actually, when I was growing up around the liquor store, I lived in Welcome Street, right there not far from the liquor store, 320 Welcome Street. And I actually kind of grew up around Big Top, early 70s. It was a beautiful scenery back then. I remember Vans. I remember a lot of the stuff that isn't there anymore. I remember the bakery. Growing up, I used to see other different neighborhoods around that area. I used to see guys from Planton, guys from Diamond, 18th Street, Temple. Basically, what I was saying is just that that was like a neutral ground. Nobody was tripping on anybody, That's what I would see, and I would hang out around the liquor store a lot before it became what it became then later on, But I grew up in that area. My brothers as well. I have older brothers. They're from different rival neighborhoods. As time went by, we used to get along. Things occur. Other neighborhoods trying to make you into their own neighborhood, and we just weren't having it. So we decided to say no, and the rest is history. And pretty much, the other neighborhood tries to claim it, but in reality, it's our neighborhood. See, we kicked out a couple of neighborhoods from there. We kicked out, I'm not gonna say, and people will know who they are. And that's why they get mad. I don't blame it. I don't blame them. But it is what it is, man. So, but like I said, growing up, it was a different scenery. I met some of the first homeboys that I met. I don't know if I should mention names, but I met. We're just gonna keep it alone. When I first met some of the homeboys, I was just like, wow. I thought they were just a football club. I had no knowledge that it was just also a gang. Because I would just see club, and I wanted to be a part of that. Thinking that it wasn't a gang, as it turned out to be later on. It was. But things happen, and then my brother was there when I got in the neighborhood. He was very upset with me, and and I just told him, what, it's what I wanted. But looking back, I wish I would have made a different decision. And I knew everybody, and everybody knew me. But these are people that you grow up with when you're little too, and everybody knows how it is. You grow up with your friends when you're small, and you become in the same neighborhood, or other ones join different neighborhoods, and you become rivals. And it's part of life. That's how it is. It's just the way it goes. And I didn't really want this for myself, but when I moved out from the neighborhood, from the area, I was getting pretty much people were fucking with me, and like Wick said, you're not from nothing, you're not from nowhere, but then you become a part of something. And I was getting fucked with too in the valley. I went to Silmar High, and a lot of other if they know what Silmar High is what rival neighborhood gang is there. And I was getting messed around too much, and I was just tired of it. And I guess like anybody else, you get tired of it and you become part of something. And I did. and I had a chip on my shoulder. I used to see the guys from the valley like, you guys ain't shit. You guys don't come from a war zone the way we come from. But you know what? I give those guys props because they're with it too, just like any other neighborhood, you know? And my respects to them too. But, you know, what I'm basically trying to say, you know, if you're not with it, don't be a part of it. Don't be forced into it. Be yourself. Be who you are. Because you ain't got to please anybody. You got to please yourself. You know? And then, you know, as your time goes by, you get older, you realize stuff. I'm 52 already. I'm there already. I seen it, I lived it, and I know it. You know, my brothers were in prisons. I went through a lot of struggle with my jefita crying, having two brothers in jail, visiting two brothers at the same time, one over here, one at the other place, Saturdays and Sundays. I was tired of all that. It's not a life. It's just not the way to live, you know. And if you see it and you lived it, you know, try to get out of it or try to live a little bit more decent or something. I don't know. You know, just kick back and see life, because sometimes, you know, shit happens and before you know, you're like, fuck, where the time went by, look at where I'm at. You know, and that happens to a lot of us, and we just don't say it. We just think it. That's the problem. And, you know, it's pretty much what I got to say. So, peace, and take care of yourselves, and ahí los vemos al rato. Órale.